Ebrima Sorry Bah, what is your take on the latest issues regarding the alliance that the NPP is trying to put up with ahead of 2026? We've recently seen in the news Mai Fatty coming out. He has been in the news lately. One of the statements he made was like he didn't want to go on exile in 2026. That's why he wants to make sure that Barrow is returned to power. A lot of people are pointing to the UDP. Is UDP that cruel, or UDP is having some ambition of vengeance? What is your take on that statement first before we proceed?
Thank you very much for a pertinent question like that. Yes, I followed Mai Fatty's press conference, and shortly before his video that preceded the press conference, I responded adequately, and I even told him to also go beyond helping or continuing to praise Singh or show solidarity to the NPP and trying to champion Barrow's re-election agenda. I also told him to tell the Gambian people his true colors, because as an expert, a failed politician like Mai Fatty, who is looking for attention, who is in search of attention and relevance, who is trying to seek the attention of the president, who is considered to be broke, anything. Like I said, I am his childhood friend. In fact, I released 3 or 4 audios, and I called his attention. I reminded him about the personality he used to be, about his feelings, his political feelings, and his ambition. I told him to tell the Gambian people about his agenda, his hidden agenda. I asked him also to tell the Gambian people why Barrow sacked him twice, because shortly after the 2016 coalition government, that he was part and parcel of his GMC. In fact, I don't even call it a party. I call it is it a fans club, Mai Fatty fans club, or supporters, or whatever. I told him to tell the Gambian people equally, because Ibrahim, charity begins at home. If you are unable to manage your political party that you founded, an ex-interior minister, a former interior minister, if you are unable to win a single parliamentary seat, if you are that irrelevant before your own people, your backyard, your home, West, Sukukonding what? If he might contested the parliamentary election against his training, his political training, Kida, he fell out with, he betrayed, and who contested he, my party contested the GMC ticket against Kida, Honorable Sidia Ajata, and all the current having the National Assembly member, Sabali, is it? And he lost. So like certain Gambians would ask, why has he failed that woefully? Why has he not been able to convince the Gambian people? If somebody who has failed, who has been relegated to a failed politician, want to tell stories, want to say that he is going to spearhead Barrow's 2026 re-election campaign as a potential partner or ally, and also going an extra mile to accusing the United Democratic Party, the largest political party, the largest opposition party that is set to win the 2026 presidential election. Mai has a lot of questions to answer. I just want to summarize him as an expert of irrelevance, as an expert of inconsistency, and a lot more. I mean, let's go straight to what Mai can do. Mai basically can hardly do anything that can advance Barrow's election. Basically, Mai is seeking for appointment. Mai is broke. has been abandoned by his own people, his political, his party militants, and he is trying to capitalize probably things on Barrow's hypothetically think of what he thinks of most opportunist political opportunist things of Barrow. That is Barrow's is it unconsciousness? Is it Barrow's lack of direction in political perception to be able to use Barrow to access, to be able to of course, once again, seek the appointment, like we saw when Barrow sacked him as Minister of Interior without an explanation. He was appointed afterwards as an advisor, which he claimed to have resigned from. Social media over the 2020 draft constitution as a lawyer, as a constitutional lawyer for that matter, saying that 116 million has been wasted on that draft constitution, which has been a result of consultation, intense consultation of the Gambian people, that has been thrown to the dustbin. We saw him also showing solidarity with the KMC management at the time when there was that power struggle between the CEO, Senator Martin, and council staff. He went there, I believe uninvited, and he made a statement showing solidarity. At the time he was in the opposition, he was very critical of the Barrow presidency. But shortly afterwards, we saw him change color, try to say that he's going to support Barrow. We saw him participate. We saw him supporting the NPP at the last local government election. Is it 2023? He was based in the Woolies to help support the NPP secure the URR local government council. So he has been inside of a position. He has been trying to make a comeback for the ruling party. Somebody who is a party leader, somebody who is said to be an intellectual, who is unable to appoint himself, who is unable to initiate, to innovate anything for himself. Mr. Balde, this is somebody who is not worth listening to. We are only coming out to put him in his proper place so that he does not carry out some Gambians who may be weak, who may not know him. I am his childhood friend. I am one of those. In fact, personally, when he was going to secondary school, someone in St. Louis Secondary School, I was with President Barrow. We were, I don't know, either in primary 5 or 6. My research to the common entrance in St. George's Basse. He was living in Angalfuta, while myself, I'm from Basse. I was the one that introduced him to the president at as early as that age. Is it about 12 years of age? We are mates.
Okay.
I think he's 2 or 3 years ahead of us. I know what that man can do. You are talking about. Let's stop there.
Okay. Now,
the UDP is a democratic party, a party that has fundamental principles anchored on the. Very recently, the party leader addressed and say nobody should threaten anybody. If even UDP comes to power, we are going to go by the law. Nobody will do anything to anyone who is not guilty. We will allow the court to take its full course. So what is going to warrant him going to exile? What has he gone wrong? He should tell the Gambian people as much. UDP is not coming for any witch hunt. We are going to contest the unfair election and take over the affairs of the Gambia. And then, going on, we have our 5-point agenda that is going to be part of the cornerstone of our principles and our governance. We are not coming for anybody. If he has anything to fear of, then he should be ready to explain. Because we are going to ask. I asked him to tell the Gambian people what happened to the SEMLEX contract when he was Minister of Interior. There are certain questions that we are going to ask, not for now. If Ibrima Sorry Bah is guilty of any crime, it will be up to the commission that may come at the time. We are not promising anybody that. We are saying the UDP is a party that is built on democratic principles. That is built on our party leader is a constitutional lawyer who has regard, who is a human rights lawyer, just like in Mai. But this is a man that in my people, UDP has been behind my political 70 delegates during the 2016 coalition. It is the UDP that provided some of the how do you call it? Some of the delegates for him. It is the party leader who helped him when he just left Sierra Leone. So it is even believed that he did not complete. He did not have the papers at the time. When he came, he was behind the party leader. He was between the party leader's chambers. He was highly supported. This is the party leader who helped him marry. In fact, gave away her daughter, adopted daughter, who was the namesake of the party leader's wife. He married that lady, and they got a divorce later on. Based on what, I don't know personally. But I am telling you that party leader and the UDP did a lot of, supported my all the way through. He did the most. He became player. And I also asked him to tell the Gambian people how he managed to travel to, is it UK? His first travel to Europe. How did he travel? Where did he get the money for? In fact, most of these questions will be coming. Then he continued, because I, Ibrima Sorry Bah, will call a counter. When I go to the Congress, I will call a counter. I promise him that I will call a counter press conference to tell the Gambian people what it is. And continue to be.
Okay. So, what is your final take on the strategies of the other coalition members? The people are talking about the issues around Halifa Salah's re-emergence again to contest. Though he hasn't said it, Pdois is yet to go on Congress. I think there are plans for them to go. I mean, what is your final take on that? Because there are a lot of political strategies moving parts around in the Gambia right now for 2026. The temperature is already rising.
Mr. Balde, just like the PPP, I have high regard for Halifa Sallah, Honorable Halifa Sallah and Honorable Sidia. They are my uncles. They are political icons. They are actually, they did a lot in parliament during their time. But this is a party that is so weak. I don't think Pdois can do anything different, whether he re-emerges or he re-emerge or not. They lost. They've lost the political momentum that it takes to make any relevance in the eyes of the Gambian people, given the current political in this country. So for me, it does not make any difference whether they come back. You see, the weakness of our political parties, the opposition parties, is highly attributed. Is highly attributed to Barrow and the NPP's advantage, and sometimes it gives them an easy ride, just like what happened in Half-Die. UDP has not been strong. These has not been strong areas for the UDP. So what the PPP and Pdois are supposed to have done better. So for me, I cannot see Uncle Halifa Sallah do much in politics anymore. I would wish him to retire and then help, be an elder statesman and help the opposition, push them from behind. But I cannot see him do much in active politics. And Pdois also have a lot of questions to answer as the longest, as we speak, the oldest political party from the days of Sadauda. They have not done much. They have not succeeded much in as much as the doctrines, the democratic socialist doctrines and teachings have not been have not gone down well with the Gambian people for whatever reasons I do not understand. And I am no one to question that. It's democracy. But I know these are intellectuals, these are high-profile intellectuals who mean a lot for the Gambian people, who mean well for the Gambian people, who are so selfless, are so concerned, who are so patriotic. I think the Gambian people have failed to realize this. And I think the Gambian people continue to be the Gambia's problem. This is always what I argue about. Just like what UDP is encountering in some Barrow stronghold areas, like my region, the Upper River region and the CRR, like my Fula community, like the Sarawale community, like the Wolof community, who refuse to understand, who refuse to go for this country out of the socio-economic and political mess with Barrow's failed regime. So I don't think Halifa can do much.
Thank you so much, Ebrima Sorry Bah. Talking to me from Basse. He's an influential member of the UDP.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.